65 million years ago, roughly 2.5 billion massive creatures roamed the Earth. Across 900 distinct species, they were the undisputed rulers of the planet. In 1842, Sir Richard Owen coined the term dinosaur to describe their fossils, merging the Greek words for terrible and lizard. This satellite view shows the Vredefort crater in South Africa. At 300 kilometers wide, it was carved by an asteroid 2 billion years ago, larger than the rock that killed the dinosaurs, yet life on Earth endured. Size alone didn't determine the outcome. The dinosaurs' extinction was the result of a precise collision and an irreversible chain of planetary events. Millions of years before reaching Earth, a 15-kilometer-wide asteroid collided with another rock between Mars and Jupiter, knocking it into a direct path with our planet. The rock passed incredibly close to the Moon. A minor shift in lunar gravity could have diverted the impact, sparing the 100-million-year-old dynasty from its sudden collision with the Mexican coast. Traveling at 20 kilometers per second, the asteroid moved fast enough to cross the entire Atlantic Ocean in just 4 minutes. While the impact was localized, its effects were not. One crater in Mexico initiated a sequence that reached dinosaurs living on the exact opposite side of the globe. At T0, the asteroid struck the coast of Mexico, carving out the Chicxulub crater. It measured 200 kilometers wide and 20 kilometers deep, releasing energy equivalent to 10 billion Hiroshima bombs. Everything within an 8-kilometer radius of this strike was instantly vaporized. 16 minutes after impact, the kinetic energy transferred into the planet's crust, generating a magnitude 11 earthquake that vibrated across the entire globe. These seismic waves destabilized the crust, triggering volcanoes worldwide and raising temperatures to 200 degrees Celsius in the surrounding regions. Megatsunamis reaching 1.5 kilometers in height raced across the oceans at 800 kilometers per hour, drowning landmasses in their path. The shockwaves turned the planet's own crust and oceans into a globally interconnected weapon. The initial impact blasted billions of tons of pulverized metal and rock dust directly into space. 40 minutes later, Earth's gravity pulled this debris cloud back down. Friction during re-entry ignited the material in the atmosphere. This global rain of fire incinerated terrestrial survivors and exterminated the remaining species of flying dinosaurs. Over the following days, winds reached 6,000 kilometers per hour, carrying ash and destruction to the farthest corners of the planet. The earthquakes, floods, and firestorms defined the first 24 hours, initiating the slow, long-term extinction mechanism that followed. The final kill mechanism was nuclear winter. The layer of suspended dust and gas formed a thick barrier, blocking incoming solar radiation. This darkness lasted for 3 unbroken years, causing surface temperatures to drop drastically beneath the particulate layer. Without sunlight, global plant populations failed to photosynthesize and died out. This triggered a 10-year chain reaction. The herbivores starved first, followed by the apex carnivores that relied on them for food. The total collapse of the biosphere systemically starved 90% of Earth's life to death. Giant apex predators could not sustain themselves in this barren landscape. Small, adaptable creatures survived by hiding, scavenging, and outlasting the cold. The loss of the dinosaurs created a biological vacuum, leaving the planet's resources open to surviving early mammals. They began to diversify, eventually dominating the planet and evolving into humanity. The physics and timing of the Chicxulub asteroid ended the world of the dinosaurs, creating the violent prerequisite for our own.